Hello everyone, this is Corolla with Yewno Discover, here to show you our metrics application. You access your institutional metrics by going to http://analytics.yewno.com. That is the website. It is not in your usual login to Yewno Discover, but at the separate website. And what you will see once you log in are a variety of tabs on the left-hand side that take you to a different type of metrics that we have recorded for your usage. I've created an example account here that I can show you how these different tabs apply and what type of information they reveal for you. On the top right corner here, you can adjust the date for which you want to view the metrics. So if you want to see everything to the beginning of January of this year, you can arrow to the left and select that. And then to today's date is May 12th, I'll select that. So now all the metrics that we're seeing take place within that date. And you have a variety of items of information here, the number of sessions during that time frame, the number of concepts that were researched, the number of snippets that were viewed. And then we also have concepts per session and snippets per session. Let me explain sessions and users to you. Each unique user that signs in to a Yewno Discover session will be measured. That's why we encourage all Yewno Discover users to create an account so that they can be counted. If not, it's just each time there is a login to Yewno Discover. If you are at the library in person or if you are accessing remotely, we wouldn't be able to differentiate. So sometimes the actual session usage is not as accurate as the actual behavior. So this is a metric here that can be helpful, but is not always appropriate for an institution, depending if all their traffic is remote or how often screens are refreshed. But just to give you the information here, we record the number of sessions and then the dates. So you can see there were 24 sessions on February 19th, 33 sessions on May the 1st, etc. Here on the bottom, we're taking a look at the number of concepts and documents that were reviewed. So you can see here that on February 6th, 24 documents were researched and 24 concepts were researched and 29 documents were viewed that were dealing with those particular concepts. Now we're going to go into user engagement. Oh, one more thing. Here on the right-hand side, if you need this type of information in a CSV format, if you see this little icon, you're able to download that information. So let's take a look at user engagement. And this is where we have more revealing type information. So we have actions performed and actions per session. And if you only want to see total actions, you can just click on the item that you don't want and it'll be taken off the graph. So in this particular case, the actions that are possible are right below. You can have page visited, you can have viewing document results page, adding a concept, inspecting a concept. And if you hover over that, you'll get a tooltip that explains exactly what is happening with any one of these metrics. And if you take a look at the history, that's how many people looked at their research journey, how many did a snapshot, the use of the link resolver, etc. So these are the different actions that a user may have engaged in, and here are the numbers that they did on any given day. Again, you can download this information right here. Then we have concept discovery. And since searching within Yewno Discover is all about concepts, this is a really important concept and metric for our users. So you can learn here that if we want to see the total number of concepts that were looked at in general. Right here, it tells us that on February 25th, that was a heavy research day. There were 438 different types of concepts that were looked at. And you can discover that throughout this entire 5-month period. So you'll want to know, what were the top 10 top topics? So if you hover over it, it gives you the exact percentage. So we learned that 10% were in technology and engineering, 8% business and economics, medicine was 8.3, social science, etc. So this gives you that information. Then over here we have user actions. So how many had a knowledge graph open and added a concept? That was 1,748 users. And how many actually then opened and inspected that concept? And how often did a user switch from one topic area and move to another one? So these are kind of revealing metrics. And here we give you a good breakout on what was the topic, how many different concepts did they see there, what was the subtopic, and then what concepts were looked at most. And then if they started in one topic and went to another one, what was that behavior? They started in business and economics and ended up in technology engineering. There were 18 occasions of that. And if you notice right here, there's 112 pages of topics, subtopics, and concepts, and there's 39 pages of where the user moved from a source topic to a target topic. Then the next page, we have document discovery. And this gives you some interesting information on what users did once they were in a session with Yewno Discover, how many looked at them at snippets, and how many snippets were looked at per session, and what was the information. So you can see the bulk of the information was in an article format. But there's also book chapters and reference books. There's reports. There's all sorts of different information. And then here we can see documents by publication date. So the bulk of them is from 2010 to 2019. And then by decades, the information is broken down to the left. And finally, we can look at some of the publishers that were looked at and the journal titles. And since this is a large file, it takes a moment to download. And so we can see here, there are 7 pages of document, source, and publisher. And we have Wiley Blackwell, Wiley, JSTOR. So some of them are aggregators, some of them are individual publishers. And then here is a listing of all the different journal titles. So there's 100 pages of journal titles that you can look at. And again, all this information you can download. I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. You can reach me at support@yewno.com. Thank you.